Hi everyone, Jaymes Mansfield here bringing you yet another video. Oh my God, you guys, I've come to you with a very rich celebrity edition of wig transformations, or the joy of wig styling, whatever I decide to call this that gets you folks to click this, okay? I have really outdone myself today, and I had to make sure I dressed like a celebrity for the special occasion because I'm going to be styling a wig I purchased from a celebrity hairstylist. That's right. If you can't tell from the title, it's Hair by Jay. Yes, a hairstylist to the stars. This human hair unit I have purchased for an undisclosed amount, which is why I donned feathers today, so I feel like I'm a celebrity, but they're hot now, so I'm getting rid of them now. These are going away. Okay, I hope you liked that gimmick. They're gone now. Oh. Bye, my birdies. Okay. This is the wig right here. It is a peach multicolored ombre bob, human hair, and it is hand-colored by Hair by Jay. And as I was inspecting it, I was like, it smells like shampoo, so it was washed. Let's see, what else is in, oh yeah, something else that's fascinating that I noticed. Look at the tracks. They're like little, there's a track sewn here and here to make it fuller on the top, to add like, I guess, an extra like weft of hair there to work with. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, but it's fully a track. Like when I dig through it, you can see it's a track. Look at that. And I never see it sewn that way. That's inventive. It's just, you know, bracket points, 1, 2, and 3, like that. I thought that was cool. And anyways, I'm going to try this on because I bet you're just dying to see how I look in this ombre peach colored bob. So I'm going to be right back and show you how gorgeous I look in any hair color. All right, we're back. All right, I am back. This is the hair on the head, and girl, I am serving some kind of fifth element in this wig. What was her name? Lilu? I forget. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. That was a weird movie. This is her. She is a human hair unit. That's what we call wigs when they're expensive and they're made of human hair. They're units. Yes. Oh my goodness, this is fun. Yeah, I've never actually worn hair like this before, so this is interesting. It's a new style for me. I don't know how I feel about it just yet, but either way, I'm going to start styling it, so I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I have it all pinned onto the head. Let's get to styling this. Now, I can't really think what the hell I'm gonna do with a wig this length, so we're just gonna play around with some rollers and see where it takes us, honestly, because it's awfully short. So I'm gonna see what I can do. The hair is at the top, I should be able to do something with. Now, this is an interesting hair journey. Now, the way I got a hold of this wig was actually one night while I was getting ready and drag for cameos, Ernie was watching Hair by Jay's live, and he was doing a live auction. And he was auctioning off a bunch of wigs for a bunch of different prices. And this one came up and it was like, We watched a couple go by that we really wanted. Like there was one that looked like Mariah Carey. And like, it was like a cutthroat battle going through with like the girls that were bidding on it. Like they fully went up to almost $1,000 for a couple of them, or some of them even more. So I was just like, whoa. Yeah, no, I'm not paying that much for a wig. But this one came up and not a whole lot of people were bidding on it. So I was like, well, let's just give it a shot. And we did it like right at the very end of the live was when this one came up. And I was like, well, what a fun idea to have a wig by Hair by Jay, because they're a popular hairstylist. But let me tell you right now, we were on the fence about bidding on anything, honestly, because it's just like, do we really want to spend that kind of money on something? But, you know, why not, you know? I care a lot about you guys. We're going to make this work. So that's what I did. So that's where we are now. And I have to say, like, the hair coloring on it is gorgeous. Ow, ow, okay, that happened. The needle totally came through and just stabbed me in my hand. Okay.
High stakes hairstyling.
No blood, so we're good. There's no blood here, we're fine. This hair is totally giving me like a Fifth Element kind of vibe though. Like honestly, it's looking so much like Mila Jovovich. Jovovich. I always was kind of like confused on how you pronounce her last name. I think it's Jovovich. I'm not sure. Correct me down below. The jury's still out. The chick that was in the Resident Evil movies. The one the husband all directed, you know. We love a husband-wife duo. I think we could probably make something out of this. It's gonna be a bit dialing back to like a vintage era. And I wanna use these small rollers in the back since there's not a whole lot of hair back there. Okay, so we are going to place some rollers from about here to here. And the rest are all gonna be the little, what color would this be? Aqua? Teal? These little smaller rollers. Because we want tighter curls back here, and also because the hair is a little shorter, you want a smaller roller. All right, now I'm gonna roll this section off camera and I'll be right back with it all rolled up. All right, be right back. All right, I am back. She is all dried and all cool to the touch. Now, this human hair stuff takes forever. Now, I know I could have done this with a curling iron, but, you know, I like to be extra cautious, especially when it's something that I paid money for. Oh my goodness, here we go. Oh, gorge. They came out great. Now, this is gonna be a new and exciting curling pattern for me because I've never done tight curls mixed with big curls like this before. So, here we go. So far, so good. Like, it seemed like they took to the heat very well, especially considering how short the hair was. I was real concerned. Now, this is supposed to act as like our support curls because whenever you brush something down, it's gonna like poof out like that. Now, the one thing I can never get over with human hair is that it takes so little teasing to actually style it. Like, if it's synthetic hair, you sit there for literal hours trying to get something workable out of it. Whereas like human hair, it like will poof up like that. But the downside is, with the quickness that you get with styling it, the faster it's gonna start to fade. Like, you cannot hold on to a human hair wig style to save your life. No matter what you do, like, the elements will come after you. Humidity, you have to factor in. You don't have to worry about that with synthetic hair. If it gets wet, you can usually save a synthetic hairstyle. With human hair, it's gone, girl. You're gonna have to restyle that whole thing. Pretty, oh my God. Like, the curls already look really pretty. She's serving a bit like a clown right now with the roller still in there. Check that out though, like just a little bit of a brush and it already starts to like style up. I don't know what she's serving. She's giving you like a Lucille Ball on a ball. I'm going insane. Oh my gosh, speaking of Lucille Ball, you guys, there's that new movie out with Nicole Kidman and I think Javier Bardem as Desi Arnaz and Lucy's played by Nicole. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. Because girl, that is some drama with that marriage. Like, how did that work out? Also, like, I feel a bit of a kinship with Lucille Ball because when I filmed season 9, they filmed that in the old Desilu studios. Yes. I don't know if it's still called Desilu, but that's what it was when it was built. It was Desilu because she was one of those first actresses to like become such a lady boss where she fully could like run stuff, you know? Like, she created her own TV productions. And like, she was a pro. She knew how lighting worked. She was great at directing. Fun, a little bit of a sidebar, but I'll go into it. When I was working on the Brady Bunch, Susan Olsen was telling me how she met Lucy. And she said what was like remarkable to her about Lucy is that she wasn't a very funny woman. Like, she could do comedy material like that. Like, she was really like snappy with that, but she wasn't quick with the wit as far as like telling jokes and stuff like off the cuff. Like, she's very serious and very about business, which I always thought was so fascinating because, like, some of those people with the reputations of being these, like, great comedians, for the most part, weren't really comedians in, like, the classical sense or, like, they write jokes and everything, like, but they could do funny material really, really well, which just goes to show there is a different route to comedy and not everything is the same road, you know? Not every brick in that road is laid the same way. I always thought that was so interesting. Like, when you look at those old comedic actresses, like, some of them were very naturally funny and others just adapted the funny material really, really well. They were great actresses. Hey, for a bob, she's looking cute. She is a bit like Molly Ringwald and Pretty in Pink right now, though. So I'm kind of living for that. They forgot my birthday. Yeah, she's coming together really quickly. Trying to see what kind of demented lip sync-ish hairstyle I can make with this. I'm thinking sort of like a side-swept vintage moment. Like Lucille Ball going to like a nice fancy party. Or like, for those of you who are very big on the camp classics, you remember Die Mommy Die. Like the hairstyle that Charles Busch wore in that. Obsessed, like those old school, like lady of a certain age kind of hairstyles where it's like swept to the side and up and swept back behind the ear, but short. I love that kind of stuff. Like, I think lip sync has lived in that hairstyle for years now. It's so flattering and so good to the face. And right now, she's a bit of like a Marilyn bubble, as you've seen before on this channel. We're gonna try and style her up to be sort of like a nice, cropped in, stylized, lady of a certain age, district attorney phase of her career kind of actress. Woman on the verge of a nervous breakdown hair. All right, I'm just gonna go through real quick and work on my packing just to make sure it's all solid, because as you know, with these kind of hairstyles, the packing has to be to the base. So I'm gonna make sure I packed it well, and I'll be right back and we'll start to smooth her hairstyle. All right, we are back. Now I'm just gonna take out a little bit of this for a sideburn moment, like a spit curl, and we're gonna start pulling some hair back. Pulling it back, pulling it back, pulling it back. I'm pushing some up front because I don't know how much I'm gonna need for the bouffant part. But this is why we did these little small curls, because they're gonna make up that back part of the hair that covers up the sideburns. I have a side swept moment that we are going to play with here. And I got one of these at, I think, Walmart. Or maybe it was Target, but it's like a long clip like that, like a decorative clip. It's like go in there and hold that hair down. It also looks kind of stylish while it's, you know, doing a job, which is always good. You always want it to look good and look intentional. Yeah, look at that. That's already kind of a nice little do happening. We just gotta play around with the hair and dress it a bit. And with the human hair, it's very easy to dress the hair around it and like really have fun with these curls. It is very lip synca right now. Like especially with the spit curl like that. I live. All right, let's do this top bouffant part. This one may be a bit more of a challenge because I wanna make sure I have balance where it's flat against the head here, going to a poof in the back, but the top part also has to like flare over and go up, and everything here has to make sense with itself. That's the most important thing. Because if it's starting to droop in certain areas, it's really gonna throw the hairstyle off. Oh yeah, it's totally serving like Eve Arden-y, kind of like those actresses from the 40s, right? In the 60s, they all wore their hair like this. Like it's very regal and very much like a respectable lady actress, maybe in like interviews and stuff on TV. Because it's face flattering and it's also like pretty. Sort of a conservative hairstyle. A lot of first ladies did this too. Because like you still want hair that looks done, but not like overly matronly. Like it's nice and glamorous. Like this lady's got money. And it's gonna look a little unorthodox, but I'm like swirling the pick around to like wake up the curls again. Come on, join the rest of us, kids. Oh my goodness, yes. Rich older lady of like the 1960s Hollywood set. Like this is how she shows up for her interview at Dick Cavett to talk all about how, you know, she was misunderstood in the studio days. You know, how she doesn't miss it, but she secretly does. I'm honestly just playing around with the brush just to find the personality this hair wants to have. And it's a bob, so like there's only so much you can do with it. Like the fact I managed to do this with it was actually pretty cool. Like there's enough length there to have some fun with it. Because normally the most you're gonna get is like, you know, a teased out beehive. It's a nice little alternative. All right, now I'm gonna keep playing around with the curls, just find a place for them, and I'll be right back with the final result. Welcome back. This is the final result. Yes, she is serving some straight up old Hollywood realness. Very lip synca. She always wears hair like this. That very fabulous, you know, old school actress in the 1960s making her splash again. Kind of hair. Now I have to be honest with you folks, I did actually get this wig at a very nice steal of a price. Like a full-on steal considering like what all went into making it. So I'm very happy with that. I was very thrifty, managed to catch a deal. But between me and you, this whole me getting a deal on this wig, that's just between us. That stays here, okay? That's our thing. If anyone else asks, I'm a very rich woman who bought a very expensive wig from a very, very influential hairstylist. That's the story, okay? You better stick to it. If I catch you in the streets saying anything else, it's on. These claws are going right in your face, all right? That's a guarantee. All right, now this was so much fun. Oh my gosh. I feel like I gave you some interesting stories. You got a little backstory on old school Hollywood, as well as a little tutorial on how to do a very cute hairstyle with a bob wig. Yes, you're not just limited to just what's there, okay? Get creative, all right? And full disclosure, I actually did remove those 2 tracks from the top of the head. And in hindsight, I honestly didn't even really need them because I got height with teasing anyway. But I had these 2 human hair tracks in case I decided to do something fun with it. Maybe I'll make a bang piece out of it, like a nice little fringe bang for that kind of moment. We'll see, we'll see. Now, I'd like to take a moment, a Venmo moment where I think everyone has tipped me on. Venmo, I would like to thank. I have a PayPal from Andrew, as well as some Venmo moments from Sergio, Luann, and Isabel, as well as a Cash App from Anna. Thank you all so much for the tips on Venmo and the PayPal monies. Now, this was so much fun to do. I want you to make sure to tell me any ideas you have down below. I always want to hear from you guys and see if there's anything you may see or something you think I might like to try out. I honestly always appreciate the feedback. Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye. Now hit the outro. Click here and watch me style a Christmas tree wig. Or see my life and looks from VEG magazine. Come on, click it, you know you want to. If you don't click it, I'll recast you with Valerie Bertinelli. So click it.